Open-world action games have been a big interest to me ever since I played the first Grand Theft Auto title at the age of 8, 9, during the 90s. The possibility of just running around in a relatively big and open world and completing missions at my own pace, taking a break in-game whenever I like and driving around merely for fun was a rather fresh experience at the time when such games weren't as common as they are today. Since then, I've had the chance to try many more games similar to GTA, mainly its sequels, which were great experiences at their time, and the last two Saints Row games, which were surprisingly different in their over-the-top style compared to the GTA series, which have been becoming more and more serious in their theme and content in the latest installments. No more kill frenzy and grunge bonuses anymore. My interest for open-world action games has persisted up to this day, and it recently led me to try the first game of a series that has been around for more than 5 years, and what also could be considered one of the bigger titles in the genre, Just Cause. Considering how open-world action games appeal to me, I'm sure it will be an enjoyable experience.
Foreigners come and pollute our lands with promises of big American dollars and fur goods. The drug barons are all too happy to oblige.
Yes, I was right. I have a new favorite open-world action game. Okay, I should probably not judge a game so quickly. Let's look at the details. Just Cause revolves around the character of Rico Rodriguez, an operative working for a secret agency who is sent on a mission to overthrow a dictatorship on the island of San Esperito. After a parachute drop, you arrive to the island and meet up with fellow operatives Sheldon and Maria Kane, who help you with starting your career as a freedom fighter. From here on, you're essentially free to do whatever you wish on the whole island. You are not restricted to certain areas of the map. Get a car, a boat, or even a plane and explore San Esperito the way you want. The freedom of exploration is certainly there in Just Cause, but is there enough content coming with this freedom? The island, or group of islands to be precise, is mainly covered by jungle, dotted by villages, towns, military bases, airstrips, rebel bases, and so on. These points of the map serve as the locations for various missions, many of which focus on the liberation of settlements from government control. As you complete missions and liberate more and more of the island's many territories, you gain the trust of the local guerrillas and the cartel, which will grant you bonuses like better cars, weapon supplies, or safe houses. The completion of side missions is not necessary to complete the main storyline, of course, but it makes your job easier in general. Never hurts to have a sports car and extra ammo in a tight spot, right?
Well now, regime change does have its perks.
Apart from the usual tools of the freedom fighter like pistols, rifles, grenades and satchel charges, you are also given a grappling gun at a certain point of the story, which allows you to latch onto any vehicle, which, combined with your parachute, enables you to parasail behind moving vehicles. Armed government helicopter chasing you? Grapple, pull yourself up to it, and enjoy your new tool of destruction. The huge open world of the islands, the various missions, activities, and the arsenal of weapons at your disposal are all promising concepts. In fact, they can be considered the strongest points of the game. However, there were a couple of things in Just Cause that overshadowed the whole experience for me. Based on 8 hours worth of gameplay, I have the impression that Just Cause could have used a bit more polishing. There are a number of issues in the visuals and the sound of the game, some of which are downright distracting or confusing. A good example would be the shouting of the police force, which issues from your immediate left most of the time, making you unable to determine the location of your pursuers merely by their voice. That is, if you are actually being pursued, since the police in the game tends to just shout at everyone in general.
Alto, policía! Halt, citizen!
Another flaw I noticed was the inaccuracy of certain map markers. See here, for instance, I am looking for 5 packages hidden in this town. All of them are marked on the map by the blue dots. The one I'm looking for is marked to be somewhere around these crates, but it is clearly not there. Maybe you need to blow the crates up? Nope, sorry old Nile, this isn't Rat Faction. Leave your ideas of destructible terror at the door. Turns out that the package was up on a container nearby, clearly not where the map marked it. My point being, if you decide to reveal the location of hidden items on the map, at least mark them correctly. They could have just let me to find the packages myself without any help at this rate. To be fair, this only occurred once in my relatively short experience of Just Cause, so I cannot say that it's a general flaw of the game. The combat system and the AI is pretty similar to what you see in games like GTA San Andreas. As such, combat might not be the strongest part of the game, but it does what it's supposed to do. There is one particular thing unclear to me though. Why is there auto-aiming only in certain situations? When you're on foot, shooting is done in free aim. However, when you are in a helicopter, on a machine gun in the back of a truck, or parachuting, combat turns into the simple task of aiming in the general direction of the enemy and holding left mouse until the job's done. Is this something accidentally left in from the console version? I don't think there's any reason for a PC game to assist my aim, and even if it does, why doesn't it also do it when I'm on foot? I think the presence of auto-aiming takes away some of the challenge from Just Cause, an unfortunate thing since the combat isn't exactly challenging to begin with unless you get heavily outnumbered. All in all, the game may feel a bit clunky on the first go, but judging it in the light of newer titles from the same genre wouldn't be just. After getting through the first, somewhat slower bits of the game where you learn what you can do in San Esperito, Just Cause becomes an enjoyable title by itself. The flaws I detailed earlier were of the more significant issues I found while playing the game, apart from the odd broken mission trigger and the game's occasional inability to start up due to some Steam error, which delayed my work on this review somewhat. Old fans of the series must probably like the game in spite of its flaws. Those new to the task of overthrowing island dictatorships might raise an eyebrow every now and then, just like I did. Still, if for anything, Just Cause is worth trying for its nostalgic value as being one of those early 3D open-world action games where the combat was simple, physics were unearthly, and character and story depth was need-to-know basis only. Thank you for watching a brief opinion on Just Cause. If you have any remarks concerning the video, don't hesitate to leave a comment or send a PM to OldNileDepot. Feedback is very welcome, it helps me in my work. Thanks again. Old Nile out.